top. He will play Vladimir top. He is just looking to have the most unique champion pool of any top player this year, I guess. When you've already won the World Championship, I guess you've got to set new goals for yourself.
I mean, again, though, it's like well thought out, right? It's not like you've got a matchup against the Kennen where Kennen can't really punish you very well. A range matchup, heal, so Kennen poke means nothing. Kennen goes for the all-in, you just cool and you're away, right? So actually a pretty good matchup in which you can scale as the Vladimir. And when then Samira tries to do her thing later on, you pool, you can still deal damage to her for a large portion because your transfuse goes through the wind wall. Like, there's so much there that you can actually work with, and you get great scaling. A phenomenal team fighter. So I really like how Flandre's coming in with this and kind of showing off his stuff with his champion pool, but also coming in with obviously thinking about, hey, what are going to be things that I want to play against in this map?
Yeah, that Vex versus Zoe, pretty decent once you get the portal in play, but in terms of just trading in the laning phase early on can be a little bit difficult for him. I'm looking at that bottom lane though, Director, because we have supposedly the best bottom lane in the world in Viper and Mako. But I'm just saying, in game number 1, it was back in 2021, right? If he had the opportunity to get priority to shove a big wave in, he would make an attempt at going mid and helping Scout find a lead individually. And it's good to see that, you know, we're in a new season, it's a new year, but it doesn't matter. That strategy's still going to come true, as Viper could be in trouble. And Mako actually manages to block the Zenith Blade there. Goes into the tower himself, but he'll go down for first blood. And the root comes down onto missing. It's not enough from Viper. Very nicely done by JDG. JDG ended the first game, if I remember correctly. So it's good to see JDG existing in this one. EDG start themselves a Herald off, but look where 369 is. He's level 7. He has his ulti. LPC moving in as well. It's time to make a play from JDG. 2000 on the Herald. 369 flashing forward, but the personal space fears him. He's rooted, but he still gets a kill anyway. 1 for 1 as the reset comes through from Scout. I believe Kanavi be in trouble next, but he has his ulti to keep him alive, and Yagao finds the bubble. And it's beautifully done by JDG as they get themselves a Herald and a couple more kills.
Dragon, which they did, but as they're putting those resources bot, EDG answer with Flandre's positioning top, and now Flandre.
Oh, but the little kid answers back. It's Flandre who's being bullied, turns into a puddle, but that's all he'll be as 369 finishes him off and gets revenge. He stands strong for the little guys everywhere. Looking at scaling, you've already mentioned that Vladimir is gonna get absolutely huge. Samira, not exactly known as that late game hyper carry, much more known for the mid game. So it feels like JDG do need to start putting their foot down, and this Herald in the mid lane will certainly help them do that. As they take a tier 1 for themselves, they'll look for an extra charge onto the tier 2. JJ really wants to hit that eye, but he won't be able to. Uh-oh, we're past 14 minutes. Flandre's behind the enemy team. Rocket Belt in. There's a big ulti onto everybody, but it looks like it'll just be 2 for now. But 2 is better than none. Kanavi keep himself alive with his ulti, but the fear comes on in. Zoe over the wall. Yagao trying to turn it around, but it's a double kill for Viper and a boot to the face for 369. Then pulled in on the anchor and shut down by the shadows. The Scout. Beautifully done by EDG.
Where Flandre is coming from, but with no vision in the area, no control. Viper's dead. G kind of interested in poking headfirst into this river. There's not a huge amount of people that can really face check. Mako, yes, you're Nautilus, but not particularly tanky. Flandre can dodge some abilities, but he's going to be split pushing bot side. So if JDG can force EDG to continuously poke their head here, they might be able to get some picks or set themselves up for a nice fight.
And it does feel like both teams are quite have to go for a fight in this one. A lot of big ultis as JDG going to be locked up to start this one off, but it's actually huge damage as LPC finds one already in the fight, and he's got his style points. He's ready to ulti if he can find a target. Mako low, finished off by 369, and now it's Flandre on the front line, has to use the cleanse, turns into a puddle, and it will save his life for the time being. Now a curtain call as they try and get some kills on the exit. EDG looking for anything, but finding nothing. It's looking like there's going to be a lot of channel points being thrown around at the end of this one as JDG in prime position. They're on the Baron. 5k left as Flandre tries to move in. Kanavi jumps forward, but a bit of personal space is granted by Scout. The puddle, nothing works for JDG. Everything's denied, and Flandre goes in. It's EDG sweeping them up. Never mind the channel points. I was totally wrong. EDG are back on top. That are on Scout right now. 2 fully completed items with the Medjai's on 10 stacks as well. Not to mention his boots, of course. He's feeling real strong, and Vex, when you get a few items, starts to blow people up. So when we see that ulti hitting, that will lead to kills. But a curtain call will be the ulti we're talking about now, as Yagao's been caught and there's no way out. A couple more shots go through and comes up, so they don't need to worry about getting caught on the wrong side of the map. This is 9. He's found a sneaky way into the brush, but I think he must have gone past that control wall to get there. Goes for the slice of Maelstrom anyway, but Viper flashes away. And 369, you know, it was a good attempt. It's an inhib down in the mid lane for EDG. As JDG looking for a couple of picks if they can find them, but Neverfrost, all of the CC coming down onto Kanavi. His ulti will keep him safe for the time being as JDG look for a little bit more engage onto the team, and it's Scout to go down first. Kanavi retreating low on HP as the rest of the team trying to follow it up. LPC spinning around, but EDG somehow are coming out on top. And JJ, can he carry the fight? Blanche's alongside him as Mako's gone down, and actually up on the top side 369 gets 2 for himself, and suddenly it's all flipped on its head once more. Giving statements about the future of this organization, Dagda, as they go towards the second Drake in this one. JJ finished that one off. 2 Drakes now on the board for EDG. And they can move up towards this Baron that we talked about before. TP coming through. It's Scout behind enemy lines here. Missing, trying to start the fight. This 369 might be able to stop Scout joining the fray. Shadows needs to come on through, but Scout's just stunned up. He can't get into the play, but personal space saves the day. Fears across the team, and he strikes fear into the heart of any JDG fans at home. JJ looking to chase down Yagao, who's just desperately fleeing with his tail between his legs. Oh, the TP isn't going to be cancelled. There's no kick available, and it means Yagao gets out with his life, but that's all he's got. Oh,
yeah, it doesn't look like 369 would be getting the
3-6. What is that damage? Almost finishes both of them, but he hasn't finished the Void Staff. If that Void Staff is finished, I think that's a double kill, but it wasn't meant to be. We'll call that a 6. It's not quite a 3. We'll call that a 6. Pretty much the entire game in game number 1. See if they can hold on this time. Some of these team fights have looked good, and 7 kills for 369. He has now finished that Void Staff. He's got healing reduction. If he can get onto Viper, this is still fightable for JDG. That's a very deep TP. It's going to take him a long time to get in the fight, but it doesn't matter because Flandre has run it down. And now 369 is behind 3 of them. This is the moment for JDG. And 369 sets it up, but actually couldn't do the damage. And now EDG are back in. Scout is doing it. LPC spinning around, but he can't quite finish the kills off. The curtain call comes through. How the hell did EDG win that?
That's just not fair. That was so well orchestrated from JDG. The deep flank, the pick on Flandre. But EDG, they're just too far ahead. And the wave is there, Munch. This is it.
That's going to be that. It's a bit of a heartbreaker for JD. Oh, the in-hip response. I think it's still going to be the end of the game. It's a heartbreaker for JDG. After that fight looked so good. He got the 3-man ulti. It felt like that was going to be it. But no Zhonya's, no stopwatch, and no win for JDG. EDG get themselves a 2-0 win to start the split off strong.